Alopen is the first recorded Christian missionary to have reached China during the Tang Dynasty. He was a missionary from the Church of the East, and probably a Syriac-speaker from the Persian Empire, or from Syria in the Byzantine Empire. He is known exclusively from the Nestorian Stele, which describes his arrival in the Chinese capital of Chang-an in AD 635, and his acceptance by Emperor Taizong.His is the earliest known name that can be attached to the history of Nestorianism in China. History. Alopen's name is known only from the Chinese of the Nestorian Stele. This may be a transliteration of the Semitic Abraham, or Alohopunoia, the conversion of God. Quote, according to the Stele, Alopen and his fellow missionaries came to China from Dakin in the 9th year of Emperor Taizong, bringing sacred books in images. He would have come to China via the Silk Road. The Nestorian mission benefited from Taizong's policy of religious tolerance, which reversed measures his father Gaozu had taken against Buddhism and other foreign religions and influences. According to the Stele, Taizong welcomed Alopen and arranged for the translation of the holy writings he had brought with him at the imperial library. Upon studying them, Taizong, a great scholar and patron, found them most acceptable and arranged for the dissemination. Indeed, 4 documents from the early period of Christianity in China date to around Alopen's time. 3 years later, in 638, Taizong issued an official declaration protecting the Nestorian Church. He erected China's first Christian church and recognized 21 priests, likely all Persians, to administer it. Under Taizong's son and successor Gaozong, who continued this policy of toleration, Alopen's status expanded even further, and he was appointed bishop over the many churches built by the emperor. After Alopen's time, the Church of the East was prominent in China for the remainder of the Tang Dynasty's power. Different emperors treated it differently, with some showing it the tolerance it received in the early decades, and some openly persecuting it. Nestorianism disappeared with the fall of the Tang dynasty in the early 10th century. It did not return for 3 centuries, when it was reintroduced by the Mongols. The story of Alopen became prominent again in the 17th century, when the Nestorian Stele was rediscovered and the Chinese were surprised to see that the new religion being preached by the missionaries had actually been in existence in China more than 10 centuries earlier.